Hello, welcome to Zynaps, or Zynaps. Not quite sure how to pronounce the name of this game, but this was released by Hewson back in '87, and it's a scrolling shoot 'em up. I'm probably best talking about it a little bit now before I start, because it's quite a hard game and it's quite hard to talk and play at the same time. But it's a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up. It's got lots of power-ups, and what you do is every attack wave you destroy releases a little power-up icon, and if you just pick up the icon, it advances the selection of which weapon you'll get. And to actually select the weapon, what you do is you hold down fire, and that will select the currently selected weapon icon. It's quite a good way of doing it. It means you don't have to frantically reach for the spacebar or anything like that to select the weapons. Let's get started, yeah, and it'll become clear. So at the moment, the currently selected the current weapon icon is for speed up. So if I hold down fire, it gives me a speed up, and if I hold down fire now, it gives me more forward fire. So what you want to do is, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see there's, to the right hand side of the Hewson window, there's the speed rating and the bullet rating, little power bar there. So I've got 3 of each at the moment. It's in the red. So if I pick up another speed up, that'll be maximum speed, which is probably a bit too much, to be honest, because it's quite difficult to control. Controls are okay, but there's quite a bit of inertia on the main ship, which makes it interesting, but it can be a little tricky to control. So I've got some sort of homing missile here, I think. To be fair, the weapons they're not awesomely powerful, and you don't really need them. I think you don't influence the game too much. So I come to the sort of boss here, first level. Now it's a pretty hard game, to be honest. I mean, it looks very nice, the graphics are great, but as usual, it's got my real pet hate is when you lose a life, it strips you of all your weapons, sends you back to a restart point. I just, it's a real pet hate. I mean, I just can't stand games that do that. As if losing life isn't punishment enough, they then try and, cripple you. So I've already lost a couple of lives. I'm still on the first level. So you probably get an idea that this is quite a hard game. I don't think it's as hard as IO. It's not as... I don't think it's quite as stop-start as IO is. I mean, that can be quite infuriating. You can actually make some progress in this game. I really need more forward fire here, more bullets, so just need to find the right icon. Yeah, there we go. So if I get another power up, oh, I lost a life. Back to the scratch again, back to the start. It's just infuriating, actually. Game over. It is a bit of a shame that it's so hard, because I mean it's quite nice. The ship's quite nice to control. The power-up system is actually quite good. I think the graphics are pretty good as well. They're nice and colourful, but the sound effects are okay. But the gameplay itself, it's just, if it wasn't so hard, it would be great. But it's just a little too hard. And it's not one of these games where it walks that fine line between frustration and addiction. It's just more frustration. It doesn't really have you coming back for more. It really just pisses you off. Now this was quite a highly rated game on the Spectrum. Where it was famous for having quite a lot of nice colourful graphics, but on the 64, you know, this is a fairly normal sort of occurrence, but the gameplay of the Spectrum was okay. It was nothing really special, and again on the 64 it's even less special. I mean, there's so many great horizontally scrolling shoot 'em ups that, you know, this just isn't good enough to stand with the best of them. Like I said, I don't think it's a terrible game by any means. It's okay. It's fairly decent. Come on, I must be able to get to the. Oh yeah, I think I've got to the second level. Oh, lost the life in a second. I think some asteroids have arrived there. Okay, so you don't lose all your power-ups, just some of them. It looks like it. So that's better than I thought. But I think your power-ups they run out after a set time as well. So you've got to keep topping them up. Yeah, the inertia in the ship can make it a little tricky, especially in levels like this. I've gone a bit quiet, I'm just trying to concentrate. This is probably the first I've got for quite a while. Yeah, I think maybe the gameplay's possibly a little better on the Spectrum. I think maybe it doesn't quite play the same as it does on the 64. Two levels down. I suspect this is as far as I'm going to get, but you can see I've not lost a life for quite a while. So it's not like it's completely impossible to play. You know, it's with a bit of concentration and a bit of luck, it's possible to actually make progress in the game. I mean, I've not actually completed it or got to the later levels. I'm not even sure how many levels there are, but I suspect it gets a lot more difficult. But, in which case, probably will end up being too difficult to make much more progress. Oh, bit of slow down there. I've not seen much in the way of flicker, but it was definitely a bit of slow down there. Oh. Yeah, I quite like these graphics. They're quite colourful. Made a bit of a change from the usual sort of you know, metallic graphics that you normally get in these sort of shoot 'em ups. Although the main playing area is a little small, it's a little confined. Considering the size of it, I thought that maybe you could be scrolling the colour RAM or make it a bit, you know, to make it a bit more colourful, but yeah, obviously I'm not in the zone anymore. Just can't seem to get back into it. Yep, so what am I going to rate this? Well, you know what, the gameplay's okay. I mean, it's not even taking the difficulty into account. You know, the gameplay is still not one of the best shooters I've ever played. The gameplay's okay, but it just lacks something. But once I take the difficulty level into account, you know, I've got to rate it down slightly because it's just too hard. So I don't think it's as infuriating as IO is, but it's still fairly infuriating. So I'll give this. Well, I gave IO 4 out of 10. So I think this is a bit better. I mean, the gameplay's okay. I'll give this. I'll give this 5.5 out of 10. It's okay. I mean, it's fairly average, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's a fair enough score. Right, well that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.